Welcome back. In this episode we're going to be looking at postural imbalances and your gait pattern. So ideally we're looking for symmetry in our stance and in our movement. Now the first test you can do is if you stand up with bare feet on a solid surface, so ideally it'd be a laminate, tiled floor, that type of thing. Just do a little bounce and then feel the pressure in the soles of your feet. Let your arms and shoulders just hang and your head points forward. Are the pressures in the soles of your feet the same on the left and the right? Are they the same at the front and back of the foot? Or is there an area which has got more pressure than other parts of the feet? What you might notice is that you've perhaps got pressure all the way forward onto the front of the foot, maybe in the back of the heels, maybe it's all on one side, perhaps the left or the right, or perhaps you feel that pressure in one or other corners, or maybe you feel a slightly different version of these. But these will tell us a lot about what's going on up above in your body and your general posture. Also we need symmetry and balance when we come to move and when we walk. So we have a very specific gait and walking pattern that follows a sequence through the foot. As the heel strikes, the foot then goes flat, the foot then does a little bit of supination from being in a flat arch position, and then eventually we hit the ground with a big toe, and that propels us off into the next part of the gait cycle and the next stride. So to do this, if you can get a friend or colleague to take a picture of you head on, ideally be barefoot, arms and shoulders just hang in, just do a little bounce, take the photo and then observe what you see. Have a look at your head. Is it tilted left or right? Maybe it's got a little rotation in it. Have a look at the shoulders. Is one shoulder higher than the other? Maybe it's obvious to see that one shoulder's come forward. Then we're going to look at the torso and the pelvis. Maybe you lean to one side. Maybe again there's some sort of rotation. Perhaps the ribs look like they're sitting in the middle and to look well balanced, but maybe your pelvis is shifted to one side. You'll see this because you'll have a gap in one arm and the body, and then it'll be tight to the other. Maybe you can see the pelvis is rotated. Look at your hands. Can you see the backs of all the knuckles on both hands? Maybe you only see the knuckles on one hand and the thumb on the other. Then finally, going to the knees. Is it obvious that maybe one knee is bent? Maybe the knee turns in, maybe the knees turn out. Then finally, look at the feet. Make sure you've done your little bounce. Do your feet point in the same direction? Maybe they both toe in, maybe they both turn out, or perhaps you've got one foot on its own which turns out a lot more than the other side. And it doesn't matter how many times you bounce, that foot just keeps falling into that pattern. That is your posture analysis. You can also take a short video clip of you doing maybe 6 or 8 strides towards the camera, then turn around and do 6 or 8 strides away from the camera and take another look. Look at those shoulder positions, look at the head positions. Does the pelvis swing left and right, or maybe it only swings to one side? Perhaps one foot turns out. But there is a really simple way for you to do self-analysis of your gait and your posture whilst you're at home. Good luck.